Hey there, I want to share a little story, an example of when my faith was tested. It's one of those moments that made me realize how important it is to trust in God's timing, even when it feels like He's taking a little too long. So sit back, relax, listen, and let's dive into this. It was a regular weekday morning, or should I say evening, since I'm a night shifter, and I was getting ready for work. You know those days when everything seems to be running late? Well, this was one of them. I was practically racing against the clock, trying not to be late, and I waited on the road for a ride to come. In the midst of all this rush, I paused for a moment and prayed to God. I asked Him to help me get a ride quickly so I could make it to work on time. I really needed it. And after praying, I was expecting something to happen instantly. You know, like when you order an Uber and it's right around the corner? But no, nothing happened. I stood there waiting and waiting. Every minute felt like an hour. I could feel my patience wearing thin, and annoyance started creeping in. I kept thinking, God, where's my ride? You know I need to get to work on time. But still, there was nothing. Just as I was about to lose all hope and resign myself to the fact that I'd be late, a ride finally showed up. It was like a miracle. And guess what? It turned out to be the fastest ride I've ever had. I got to work just in the nick of time. This experience reminded me of something from the Bible. There's a verse in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it will speak, and it will not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry." It's a reminder that God's timing is always perfect, even when it seems delayed to us. Think about it like this. Imagine you're baking a cake. You've followed the recipe to the letter, and now you have to wait for it to bake. You keep peeking into the oven, feeling impatient because you want to eat it right away. But if you take it out too soon, it's not going to be fully cooked, and you won't enjoy it as much. God's timing is like that baking cake. It might feel like it's taking forever, but when it's finally ready, it's perfect. Another verse that comes to mind is Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31. "But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." Waiting on God can be tough, but it strengthens our faith and builds our character. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're waiting for something you've prayed for, remember my story. Remember that ride that came just in time. It's a small example, but it speaks volumes about trusting in God's perfect timing. You might have had a similar experience before. So remember, He might delay, but He will always deliver. And when He does, it's usually better than what we could have ever planned for ourselves. I hope this little story gives you some encouragement. Whatever you're waiting for or whatever you're praying about, keep the faith. Trust that God's timing is perfect. Sometimes the wait is just part of the plan to make the outcome even better. So hang in there. Your ride is coming. Keep going. You'll get there.